everybody, so welcome to our second part of this video, or our second part of this series I should say. Hopefully you've already watched my bridal makeup tutorial. If you haven't, you can find that somewhere. I'll put a link somewhere. Now we're doing the hair. So as you can see, this is just kind of like, I don't want to say simple and I don't want to say typical, just kind of that style that everyone is going for these days. A somewhat messy but structured curly updo. It's very pretty, very wearable, looks gorgeous on everybody. Anytime I ever wear hair like this, I don't really anymore, but I used to wear updos a lot. But anytime I ever wear my hair like this, people are always amazed that I did this on myself and are always asking how, and I'm just like, I just did it. I don't know. So hopefully you will be able to learn something from this, and yeah, so if you want to see how I did it, stay tuned. Disclaimer, I had a rash on my back that I scratched. It's not acne, so please don't say ew. I mean, it is kind of gross, but it was a rash. My earring doesn't want to stay in. The first step is to just throw some curls in there. On your wedding day, you'll want to be a little more precise than I'm being, but once you get the updo up, you're not even going to tell how precise your curls were. I have second day hair and I just put some heat protectant in it and we're good to go. As you can see, I've already thrown a few curls in there, but I did want to show you how I'm doing it. So it doesn't really matter what kind of curls you do. You can do whatever kind of curls you want. If you're going for a more messy, of course do more messy curls. If you're going for a more uniform, do more uniform. If you're doing a vintage, do pin curls. Whatever works for you. So I'm going to take this front section here, and then I'm going to take my curling iron. So I'm using the Hot Tools 1-inch Marcel iron. As you can see, it has definitely seen better days, but I like it. It works for me. I love this curling iron. I've had it for 6 years and I have gone through 2 other spring irons and they've both broken. This one is obviously broken too, but it's working for me. I like it, and it is easier for me to use a Marcel than it is a spring. I don't know why, I just like having this and having the roll action, I guess you would say. I don't know, but just use whatever you have. If you have longer hair, you'll want a 1-inch, shorter hair, smaller, you get the picture. So I'm going to take a 1-inch section of hair. It's a little bigger than 1 inch, but you get the gist of it. And as you can see, I have a lot of regrowth going on, but we're just working the natural ombre. So a little trick to curl your hair faster. You're going to heat up the strand, then you're going to start in the middle. If you're starting at the bottom, first of all, that heat is going to be on those ends the whole time, and you are not going to get a uniform curl on the whole strand. You're just going to have curl at the bottom, and then it's going to slowly fall out on its way to the top. So we're going to heat up the base, start at the middle, roll it up to the top, hold it there, work your way down, and this is how having a Marcel makes it a little easier, but you can do this with a spring. You're going to work your way down, keep those ends out, roll it up, hold it there just for a few seconds. Then you're going to slowly twist it down, and as you're doing that, you're going to feed those ends through the iron until they fall out. And there you see you have a nice uniform curl on the whole strand, and you didn't hold the heat on those ends for the entire time, which is how we get those nasty fried crispy ends. So I'm just going to do this over my entire head and then we will be right back. Okay, so now we're back. We're good and curly. One thing I do recommend is on your wedding day, as you curl, pin the curls to your head, and that's just going to help them to cool like that, and it will just help them last longer, stay bouncier, especially if you're wearing your hair down. But obviously this is an updo tutorial. So we have our curls. So next we are going to make our part, and I kind of already did that. So you don't want your part to be too far over. You don't want to give yourself a comb over. And then once you do that, I'm just going to take the tail of my rat tail and just kind of go through the curls just to break them up a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is section off right behind my ear, like so. And I'm going to just clip that up. That's a good look. And I'm just going to do the same exact thing on the other side. And clip that up. Then I'm going to take the section kind of right in the middle of my ear. I'm just going to break that back section into two. Our hair's all nice and sectioned off and we are looking fantastic. So for the gist of this tutorial, this is what we're going to be doing. You're going to take a curl and you're going to kind of twist it. Then you're going to take one piece from the ends like this, and you're just going to push the rest of that hair kind of up, and you're going to create this kind of messy structure. I'll show you one more time. So twist it slightly, then here, I'll zoom in. You're going to take your ends and you're going to just take one little strand from the middle. So you have the rest in this hand and then one strand in the middle. And you're just going to push up. So that is going to be kind of the base of what we're doing. It might take a few times to get the hang of it, but once you do, it'll be very easy. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to section the back into kind of 3 sections. We're going to do that little trick again. Then I'm going to take a bobby pin and I'm going to turn around. I'm going to take my mirror with me. Start in the middle and just pin it in, then take those ends with a new pin and pin those into that. So then you just kind of make this little puff ball. Once you've made that base structure, we're going to take this down, and I'm actually going to split this into just one more section. And now everything we make is just going to feed right into that base. So the smaller the section you take, obviously the more precise it's going to be, the bigger, the messier. So it's really just personal preference. And since I want my bun to be more in the back of my head, I'm going to kind of bring everything towards the middle. That's why I keep looking down. I'm sure you assumed that, but some people are really weird about eye contact with the camera. And then you're just gonna wanna play around with it until you get all the pieces where you want them. Okay, so once you've got bottom down, you're just gonna wanna kind of fix some pieces, readjust some pieces, pull out some pieces, you know. Next, we're gonna take this last top section and I'm just gonna brush it up. Now, this is where personal preference also comes in. If you want kind of a big bump, you can tease it. If you don't want to bump at all, don't tease it. If you want a little natural volume, tease it. It's all personal preference. So I'm just going to take this piece and tease it just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I'm actually going to put that to the side. So I'm just going to work with these guys back here. And I'm just going to do kind of the same thing I've been doing. So for these, I am going to kind of drape it around like so. And then pin it into the other side. Honestly, the trick is to just keep playing with it until you get the back looking how you want it. I don't even look at the back really while I'm doing it. I place things and then I go back and look at the back and fix them. So now we're at the top, and this part does kind of matter because you don't want there to be any bumps. I'm just going to bump it a little bit. Like so. Nothing too crazy. Just enough to give it a little volume. Then I'm going to take a pin and just pin it down. Like so. Don't use your teeth. I swear I'm making my teeth move by opening bobby pins with my teeth. Okay, so you're just going to create a little bit of volume. As you can see, that's another great trick, is to take your tail comb and just kind of lift things up. So then, just gotta secure this. So you can split it in two, or you can do it all at once. I'm gonna split it in two. And you're just gonna do that same exact thing that we've been doing. Now our back is completely done. Now I'm just going to add some bobby pins to the side just to secure it a little bit and push it back a little more. See how like this piece is kind of fallen? Now we're going to finally take down these side sections. And we're going to give them a little bit of a tease. We're going to section that off. We're going to twist, cross it over again like we did on those last two sections. It's kind of up to you whether you want to have pieces hanging down or not. Also, whenever you get to the pieces around your face, you're going to twist away from your face. For the bang, you can kind of do whatever you want. You could sweep it off to the side. Like so. You could twist it like we have been, like that, or you can kind of have it go up and back, which I think is what I'm going to do. So then you're just going to play around with it one more time. So once you've kind of got everything set in place. You're just gonna wanna top it off with some good old hairspray. But not too much because you don't want to look too crunchy. Now is when you would want to add a hairpiece, and I recommend putting it on the side with less hair. So since I part this way, this is going to be the side where I'm going to want to put it. There we go. So just right into the updo, like that. That looks good. Good enough for the sake of the video at least. And we are pretty much done. So I'm going to show you. Typical bride and you want to take everything to the next level, you're of course going to want a veil, and this was mine. It is very simple. It is just one layer, but it is a cathedral length, so that means it goes all the way down to the floor, and it was just perfect and very beautiful. So it just has a comb. Most I think do. So you have two options. You can either put your veil under your updo like so, which is really pretty, or above the updo, which is what I prefer. I also recommend adding a few bobby pins just to help it hold better. Last thing you want is for your veil to fall out. I've seen way too many videos where that happens. And with that, we are done. So as you can see, that is the end of this kind of 2-video series where I did my bridal makeup and some bridal hair. Thank you so much for watching. Congratulations to all of those future brides out there. I know you'll look absolutely beautiful on your wedding day, and good luck with all the planning. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Hello everyone. I don't know why I keep doing this. Or our second part of this series, I should say. I said, why do I keep doing it? Like I said, this will be somewhere. I'll try to put a link. I don't know. Still figuring out where things are on the YouTube. On YouTube. The YouTube.